What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in once again. We're gonna talk about the third eye chakra, the sixth chakra, going down and up, right? The one right here, the pineal gland, the seat of the soul. And let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about how to open up this energy center here in this part of you, because you're gonna unlock a lot of things once your third eye is open and you start to see everything for the way it is. Your whole perspective on life completely shifts and changes, and sometimes it's for the negative and sometimes it's for the positive, but mostly I would say it transforms in the positive. So again, quickly, we talked about the first three chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, your earthly chakras, your animal body chakras, your grounded chakras. The heart one connects your upper three, your higher self, with the lower. So fourth is the heart, fifth is the throat, associated with wisdom and truth. Sixth one is your third eye, and this one is associated with perception, with higher consciousness. And most of us, our pineal gland is completely shut off, calcified, third eye is completely closed, so we don't see through this video game. We don't see through the illusion of what the Hindus called Maya, which is illusion, the simulation, the video game that we're in. The fact, well, yes, I want to say the fact, okay, just because from my experience anyway, it's not the fact, you can't prove shit, but we don't see the obvious truth, let me call it, because it's obvious once you see it, that this is some kind of a simulation, this is some sort of a game, and now we're characters within this game, and now we're a stream of consciousness, also known as the soul, also known as the spirit, experiencing itself through this human incarnation, through this human character in this video game. And this is what you start to see and become so obvious once you open up your third eye, right? So we'll talk about also how your third eye could be too open, and things can get pretty bad. And oh my God, it is finally sunny here. It's woo. Oh, all right, I'm just gonna take a second to appreciate this. Oof. All right, and I'm gonna just stand here because I haven't seen the sun in a long time. So what I was saying is, you know, obviously it could be overstimulated. We'll talk about that after, but I want to talk about how to open it, how to open up your mind, how to open up your perception. And there goes the sun. How to open up your perception, how to see the world from this video game perspective. Lots of ways. First thing first, meditation. Meditation will help calm you down and will help you to start to see things for how they are. Okay? And if you want to open up this third eye, I really believe you gotta take care of all these chakras first. I really think so. I really think if you want to open up the third eye, exercise, experience pleasure, experience joy, dance, have uninhibited, guilt-free sex, feel powerful, feel your sense of power and strength in this world, love everyone and forgive yourself and forgive others, and love, speak the truth. Then this will open up naturally, because you'll start to notice something is off in this game. You'll start to experience synchronicities. You'll start to experience coincidences. You'll start to experience really weird dreams that come to be true, that make you question the nature of reality, and you start to realize, wait a minute, this looks like a fucking video game. I think this whole thing is programmed. I think this whole thing is a code. I think all these synchronicities and all these dreams and all these things, it seems as if someone is designing them. It seems as if someone is orchestrating something in the back, some sort of an external force that is all-knowing and all-powerful, something that perhaps programmed this very existence that I'm in, this very reality, this very simulation, something that have maybe programmed my very existence, something that I may be the programmer, I may be part of the programmer, I am part of that God thing, that force. And that starts happening when you start to experience these things, when you start to experience synchronicities, when you start to experience coincidences, when you start to experience dreams that come to be, or that give you these super obvious signs. And like we said, take care of these chakras, exercise, dance, experience pleasure, get out to nature, meditate. Meditation will help you open up this. Of course, eating healthy, clean water that doesn't have fluoride in it, all of these things. And then, of course, my favorite way of opening up your third eye, the way that it happened to me, was psychedelics. And still is psychedelics, and probably will always forever be psychedelics. Psychedelics have really... You know what the word psychedelic means, right? Psychedelic means soul revealing or mind revealing. It's from Greek. And if it hadn't been for psychedelics for me, I don't know that I would have found out about these things. That I would have been experiencing these synchronicities on a regular basis now. That I would be experiencing these crazy, weird dreams that are coming to be true. For me, because of my experience, have no doubt, zero shred of doubt, that there is an external force out there. That there is something out there. That I'm part of that thing. And that this is a game. That this is some sort of a simulation that we're in. And now we're just experiencing this character. I'm experiencing this character right before your eyes called Saeed Mobayed. And I'm just being an instrument for that universe right now. Through speaking. And through whatever the fuck that I do. Through being. Right? And that in the same way, you're an instrument for this thing. And that if you get in touch with this connective force, if you connect to it, if you start to entertain its existence, and if you start to pay attention to your life, pay attention to the weird coincidences that happen, pay attention to the people that you randomly meet, pay attention to the weird things that have been happening to you all along, and you'll start to notice something. You'll start to notice a pattern. You'll start to notice that this very existence is an illusion. That this is, perhaps this illusion is made in the image of God. And I think it is. I mean, I think being in this beautiful nature here, although it is a simulation, it has the spirit of God in it. And that perhaps we're here in this game to express something, to learn something, and to learn how to love, right? And to learn how to... shit. Sorry. Let me just get through this because it's slippery. There we go. Perhaps we're here to learn. And so the programmer, God, decided to create this game, right? Where we come here in sort of a testing thing, right? There are no real consequences. Death, you simply exit the game. That's really all it is, really. And that we just come into the simulation to experience, to love each other, to learn how to love each other, to experience physicality, to experience the illusion of time, and to develop virtues and characters. Forgiveness, love, perseverance, persistence, and to have fun. To have fun, right? Because probably when we exit this game, we're gonna go back into infinite bliss, right? And that can get pretty boring. So we come here to experience contrast, to experience suffering, to experience pain, to experience struggle, and realize our true nature, our true essence, which is blissfulness, love, compassion, and come back to that by experiencing contrast. It may very well be that we're all here just having fun, You know, at the end of the day, we're all gonna be fine and everything is okay. And this is sort of the message you hear when you go to these other realms, especially if you're really fucking loaded on psychedelics. You'll hear this message, right? Everything is gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be all right. You're loved. Everyone loves you, and you're gonna be fine. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. And that seems to be the message from that side, from that other realm, from the other side of the veil, the other side, the transcendent other. And you know that, hey, you know, don't worry about it. Death is not to be feared. Death is simply your exit point from this game. You exit the game and you'll go play more gentler games, perhaps better games, or I don't want to say better games, but more gentler, more compassionate, more loving, because Earth is pretty fucking tough. It's tough being a human. It's tough being in this game, on this Earth. It really is. It's not easy, right? But why else do we come here? Why else do we exist here? Why else do we choose on a soul level, on a consciousness level? Why does our consciousness, why does our soul choose to come and participate in this game? Well, because it's pretty difficult. The room for improvement and for growth are immense because of the difficulty of the game. You know, think of this like a really difficult game. You know, think of the programmer as like this, you know, God, the developer. And you know, in all likelihood, this developer has created many games, and Earth happens to be only one of them. And Earth difficulty is like super difficult. You know, it's like this really difficult game. You know, the difficulty level is as difficult as it gets. But if you decide to experience this difficult game, if your consciousness wants to go and experience this difficult game, well, let's set you up with an avatar. So this is an avatar right in front of you. Let's set you up with an avatar and go in there and give it a shot. Because if you can make it out and if you can learn something, your soul, your consciousness will quickly evolve, as opposed to playing other games that are on much easier, right? And let's face it, when you play video games, you start to play with an easy game, but then you're like, fuck this. This is too easy. You get bored, right? First you're happy, you're winning and everything is cool. Like, I want something harder. Then you go to the next level, or you get a different game that's harder, and it becomes fun, it's challenging, right? But then if you finish that game and it's too easy, you're like, well, I need to go play the next game, right? And so Earth might very well be one of those really difficult games. It's like, all right, that's a tough game. That's a tough place to go and experience yourself in an avatar there. It's hard. It's really hard. You know, it's like, oof. People probably look at you in like other galaxies and shit. Like when you leave the game, they're probably like, yo, you're a tough motherfucker. You actually went and played that Earth game? Man, that Earth game is fucked. I don't know how you did that, but I've tried that once and I'm not doing that again. So, anyway, this is back to the idea that this is a Maya, that this is an illusion, right? That this is not the real base reality, that this may be made in the image of the base reality, but it's probably not the actual reality. Oh, Jesus. It's okay, I gotta start heading back home because it's shaping up to be quite a storm. Seems like it. Anyway, so guys, ways that your third eye chakra could be overstimulated is when you start to really dig deep and become obsessed with conspiracy theories. And you know something, man? What's sad is a lot of these conspiracy theorists that are too obsessed with it are right most of the time, right? They're right most of the time. But of course, an overstimulation of this, and it's like, wow, the world is fucked. It's like, yeah, the world is fucked. And if you keep saying that, you're not making it any better. You see what I'm saying? Or you can say it, but say, how are we gonna fix this? You see what I mean? So the overstimulation, in my opinion, is when you start to obsess and start to realize how fucked everything is, and you become like a strict conspiracy theorist, and you're always pointing out the conspiracies without providing solutions. It's okay to be a conspiracy theorist. It's okay to point out bullshit. It's not okay. It's necessary to call out bullshit. But it's even more necessary to say, but I have the solution. Maybe this will work. Let's work on that, right? Then I think that's what separates someone who is perhaps overstimulated in this perception of the Maya, of the illusion of this game, the illusion of this existence, versus someone who's balanced, so sees the illusion, calls the bullshit, and says, how about we try this out? How about let's try and do it this way. You know, let's try and do it that way. Let's provide a better solution. Let's create a better game. You see? So I think that's it. Hopefully that's not that rant hasn't bored you or anything like that. And yeah, that's it. Check out my free book, 5 Powerful Habits to Dominate Life in All Areas. Leave me something in the comments. And this is all just a game, boys and girls. Don't take it seriously. Try to have as much fun as you can, as much laughter as you can, and make it fun for others. Try to make you laugh, enjoy, dance, take things lightheartedly. Don't take yourself seriously. Don't take things seriously. Learn, because I think we're primarily here to learn. We come to this game to learn. The faster you can learn, the more you can advance your character in this video game. The less you need to come back here and do it. Okay? And that's it. As always, don't forget to subscribe or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.